Ahead of the first T20I between India and Sri Lanka that will happen at the Wankhede Stadium on January 3rd, Indian cricket will now be headed by Hardik Pandya, at least for the short term. The three-match T20I series is probably the first foundation block for Hardik Pandya to be the full-time T20I captain heading into the 2024 T20 World Cup. Ahead of this press conference, there was a lot of expectations from Hardik Pandya. Remember, he's taking over the Indian cricket captaincy at a time when he helped Gujarat Titans win the maiden IPL title. But at the same time, there have been lots of calls for for Hardik Pandya to take over as the white ball captain. Now, what did he say in this pre-match press conference? Well, there were actually plenty of very interesting things. And it kind of gives you an insight as to what is the thinking in the Hardik Pandya school of captaincy. So firstly, the first mantra that Hardik Pandya wants to give to his core of players is that everyone gets ample opportunities. Will back them to the hilt, and important for me to make them believe that they are the best. Now, this ample opportunities thing is very, very important because in the Kohli regime and in the Rohit regime, we saw that it was the horses for courses approach and that you wondered which player would get the longer rope or the shorter rope of it. Hardik Pandya is saying everyone will get ample opportunities. Now, what is the definition of an ample opportunity is open to subjective debate at this point in time. But it is refreshing for the captain to at least tell that yes, I will give my players ample opportunities and I will back them to the hilt even if they have a couple of bad series or bad matches. Now remember, I had posed the question a long time back as to can you name the core Indian group that has played in more than 2 or 3 consecutive series? Well, you have had to struggle. Maybe in Hardik Pandya's school of captaincy, you may see a certain core of players playing for a longer period of time. And important for me to make them believe that they are the best, because he has openly said in the press conference that since they are the best players currently at this point in time, they are been selected for the Indian cricket team. And it is on this basis and foundation that Hardik Pandya just wants his players to express themselves. That is the only thing that Hardik Pandya is expecting from his players at this point in time. The question was also posed about Umran Malik, and remember, Umran Malik might have a prolonged role because remember, he said we are only going to play 6 T20Is before the IPL. So it does not give us ample time to experiment or to try out a lot of things. 3 T20Is against Sri Lanka, 3 T20Is against New Zealand. So he said we will not try out many things and it's not the right time as well. When asked about Umran Malik, he said he is a very exciting prospect and we will give him the support, give him enough backing so that he can flourish. So yet again, Umran Malik and most of the Indian team players in Hardik Pandya's T20 team might not be looked as a stopgap option. They may probably give enough opportunities for them so that they can form the new core of the side. Remember, the T20 World Cup now in 2024 is 18 months away. This is the right time for preparation because the last time India won a World Cup was when the core played together for close to a year. Now, Hardik Pandya will be hoping that this happens now so that he can finalize on the core after even the end of the IPL as well. So on Umran Malik, he has made a very, very interesting point. There was also a very, very important point regarding Rishabh Pant's availability from Hardik Pandya. Look, the question had to be asked because see, Rishabh Pant was not picked in the Sri Lanka series because he had to head to the NCA for strength and conditioning. But now with this accident, it looks like Rishabh Pant could be sidelined for a considerable amount of time. Hardik Pandya has given a very interesting insight into this. He said, in addition to all this, he said that our prayers and support is for Rishabh Pant, but he is a very important member. Had he been included, his presence would have made a big difference. So Pant was viewed as one of the key core members of that Indian cricket team in the white ball setup. Also, this is what Hardik Pandya had to say in that press conference. But now with Rishabh Pant not there, Hardik Pandya said we will have to look at the current situation and we'll have to adjust accordingly what are our plans. And it is on the focus of the plans that Hardik Pandya has given his next major comment on. Remember, the Indian cricket team was always criticized for the approach and the template that they had prior to the World Cup and also during the World Cup. Hardik has given his honest opinion on this. He said, the template and approach before the World Cup was not wrong. There were certain things that they wanted to execute. There was a certain way and a blueprint in which they wanted to play in. But unfortunately, things did not go in our favor in the World Cup. Just consider this. In the bilateral series, the Indian cricket team got good starts, didn't they? But in the World Cup, they were not getting those good starts either from the top order. So in that sense, he said things did not go in our favor. But he's still adamant, and maybe not adamant, he still has a firm belief that template and approach that the Indian cricket team had before the World Cup and even during the World Cup was actually not wrong. It's just that execution and certain things just did not go their way. Now, there are certain resolutions that Hardik Pandya said that he wanted to do in 2023. And the best thing was win the World Cup. He actually went on to say, when someone highlighted that he's won the IPL for Gujarat Titans, he actually said, I have not achieved anything. That shows that Hardik Pandya's long-term mission is very, very straightforward. He wants to win the World Cup. A World Cup win in 2023 or in 2024 or both could be the cherry on the icing for Hardik Pandya. Give ample time for body to recover and perform to the best. This is what Hardik Pandya wants, because if he gives his body ample rest, and he made points and he made it very, very clear that he is giving time to his body to heal so that when he comes out onto the field, he can perform to the hilt. And this is what we want Hardik Pandya, because if his body is fit, he can be the X factor with the ball, he can be the X factor with the bat as well as being a good fielder. So Hardik Pandya, a fully fit Hardik Pandya will be lethal for India, and also he can be that X factor in the team. Now there were several other comments that he made that on Surya Kumar Yadav. He said Surya Kumar Yadav can also have an impact in test matches as he can change the situation. And when it comes to white ball cricket, he is our core member. That is another revelation that he's made. And when it comes to workload management, he says, I am looking after my body. You will have no tensions about my injury or about my workload. I will manage it. I know what I'm doing, because he said, hard work is the only way that I have come through, and that is the only language that I know. So Hardik Pandya, in a very honest and very open assessment that he made on the Indian cricket team, despite the World Cup setback, he still believes in the template and in the approach, because in his playing career also some things have worked, and probably this also works for him. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Remember, the India versus Sri Lanka series begins from 3rd of January, and the first game will be at the iconic Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We will also be bringing you match analysis on an everyday basis. Thank you.